Hey, look, we're back.
Okay,
Come on.
Alright,
Invite
oh my
us.
goodness.
We're live again.
You know, you got the best technology in the world. I got my Apple gear. And I got my,
We still failed.
it doesn't look...
Oh,
good, that's
David's
good. That's
back.
a good sign. David's in. That
Someone's
means alright.
here. Someone's here.
We can't quite see that we're really live. Now it's showing.
Now we're all
I
coming back.
see. Rick's here. Nectar of the Gods, like carrot and apple. We have that every morning. And then here's an advertisement on it. Right? I take, like when John's really messed up, I share with this, but I don't buy it for him. But basically, memory and focus. Right? This is a nootropics, I think they call them.
Nootropics.
Something. Basically, it helps the aging brain, right? And it helps all the young guys as well. So it's pretty damn good.
Carbo's here.
Hey, Kyle.
Hey, buddy.
That's good. And Ty?
The X-Men show.
Woo! Like, we got some stuff going on. Like, don't forget, we are ready. Yeah. That was good. You did that good, right? All right, you're reading the screen, right?
I am. David shared us again.
David's put us
Michael's
out there.
here. Michael Polsky's
hey,
here.
Michael's a pretty cool guy. Michael's the only guy, I think, in the world that's actually
There's more than one guy in the world.
that won a Reach It Pro for free, right? So we should do that again.
Yeah, we should.
We haven't done that for a long time. Okay, so inspired by the Michael Polsky story, there's a guy who can clean up to 4 stories for free from Reach It, right? We will think about how to make a Reach It Pro giveaway. Yeah.
Present.
Was that an attempt at assonance or alliteration?
Those pills.
Yeah.
He gave me the non-thinking pills.
So,
Hey, John, how are you, buddy?
hey, John's here. That's good. Oh, now it's coming on, right? I mean, we must have had a bad stream before.
Yeah. I
Must
had a
have got
bad stream once.
a bad stream when you ate some street food.
Oh, yeah. Geez, that
That'll
can
give you a
give you a
bad
bad stream, a really bad stream.
I tell
Doug
you-
Rucker's here.
Doug Rucker, my man. Doug Rucker's a cool dude.
Kid Mandy's here.
I'll tell you one of the things I'm working on of carbon
British
fiber.
Columbia.
I am about to spec today. I'm going to
Mill
send
Bay.
my design over for a carbon fiber window cleaner's bottle opener.
Hey, Don.
How's that?
This does actually open bottles too.
Yeah.
This part here. We had this trialed in a bar and
Yeah.
it does work.
So I'm going to make, based on this design here, like, you see that? So based on this design here,
This design
I'm
here,
going to make
you see that? Can you see it properly?
That's it. I'm going to make a window cleaning blade, like, but it's going to be small. It'll fit on your keyring, but you'll be able to open a bottle with it. Yeah, like, watch this space. I reckon I'll have them in 2.5 weeks. But you know
I
me.
thought you were going to say months.
That's like,
Be a couple of months, they'll be out in time for Christmas.
all right, time for industry
They'll
news.
be out in time for Christmas.
Overnight, innovation or Inexceed or Innovation Exceed. Anyway, this UK company has put out a press release about a new hose joining system, which really inspired me. I thought, how simple is that, and how stupid am I to not think about it? But anyway, so that they in the UK they use Rectus, what are called Rectus. Not rectal.
Erectus?
Not erectus. Just Rectus.
Ah.
Right? So it's kind of like mixture
Rectus.
between erection and rectum.
I prefer the erectum. Erection myself.
I think we'll
Don't
just
want the
stick
other.
with.
God damn.
I think we'll just stick with rectus.
Oh, Jesse
right?
Stairs is here. Richard
Hey,
Whitlock's
Jesse,
here.
Richard Whitlock, good dudes. So what's going on there? Phone
Something's
buzzing.
vibrating.
So
I thought you told her to take that toy home. Where is it?
it's your phone.
Oh, god damn.
So they've come up with this idea to make a polycarbonate bayonet locker. So we'll have a look at that. We're going to watch this dude. I can't remember what his name is, but I'm going to reach out to him and say hi. But that's a great idea, right? That's a great idea to tailor make some sort of joining system. I mean, the UK do things quite differently to the rest of the world. So we should be able to have a look at, what they'll do is they'll do it to match their hoses, which they use, which is like a different size to the hoses that we use. So we can make something, we'll have a look at that. But anyway, any ideas that you have are
Alan
really
Jones
interesting.
here.
Now's the time to talk. how would you join hose/tube together? And let's think about making a window cleaner's hose tube system. Yeah,
This is a carbon fiber knife. It is actually called a fruit slicer.
we call it a fruit
Carbon
slicer to get it through
fiber.
customs, but it will
Exactly.
not show up in a scanner. Pardon me. And you can sharpen it by
We have actually we've trialled it cutting a wheel of Parmesan open, a big 40 kg wheel, and it works.
Yep. But you can sharpen it by with emery paper, right? So you got to sharpen it yourself when you get it. So I haven't ordered them yet, but the first thing, I don't think it'll shave. Like I've tried that, it's not that sharp, but I'll try it again.
I did use someone's knife to do that the other
Yeah,
night,
I did.
remember?
I also shaved my arm. But the other thing is that instead of this, so I'm going to put what I need to do before we order them was put hexes in here. So we're going to put 1/2 inch, 5/16, 3/8, whatever, so that
Randy Merchants
it
here.
has
How are
the
you, buddy?
potential to be a tool. It'll have a bottle opener. You'll be able to, skin a pig, right? Maybe a rabbit
Not a
anyway.
good thing to kill.
Right?
Oh, damn, that's not what you call the woman.
No. Anyway, so we've got a couple of ideas on how to change it. If you've got any ideas on what you would like on a window cleaner's knife, right, then
God damn, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Julian Pierce
Julian
is here.
Pierce, you're still on the cider, or have you, did the 12 o'clock come and then you're just running it down?
Julian.
Oh yeah, this is our Sunday.
our cider. This was our Sunday cider. Starting
Man,
at
we
5
just
o'clock. We
blew
were asleep by
ourselves-
7.
We had the earliest night in history.
Oh, was it what? God.
Huh?
Did we? Yeah. What time did we go?
Where's your phone? Like, there's photos of Harrison on the table. Like, Harrison's slumped on the table at 7:30.
We got photos of these people asleep. Look.
Don't show me.
Okay, I won't show Perry.
I think the camera's here.
Look, folks.
Like there.
We got photos of Richard asleep. Oh my God. Harrison's asleep. Harrison is asleep. He died. My God.
He couldn't.
Oh look.
Who's
Isn't
that?
that sweet? Father and son having a nap.
Seriously? Am I asleep too?
No, he's awake. Look at that. He's
That's
wide awake.
great. That's lovely.
Oh damn, someone fell asleep.
Who, me? Oh my God.
It was 7:30.
That was insane.
It was 7:30 and the cute little wait. Oh, I'm not saying that.
No, did she come up?
Yeah.
Ah,
Come and
great.
say hello.
Okay.
Right,
that's
Tom,
good.
he's thinking. Yeah, he was in deep thought. Deep train of thought.
Deep thought.
I think he's
All right.
I think he thought for a few hours.
So, what else you want? If we made a knife, like we're just going to make some carbon fiber things because
Instead of having it as a knife,
Mm-hmm.
we could make this end the screen removal hook and this end the bottle opener hook so you can be thirsty and working.
credit on it, Alpha Brain. Great ideas arrive very quickly. That's a great idea.
Then it's
So who's got a screen removal tool idea? And well, let's piss off the idea of a knife.
yeah, and put a screen
And let's make it
removal
a screen
tool here
removal tool.
and a
Or
bottle opener here.
got to have a bottle opener.
Got to have the
What
bottle opener.
other?
We can't do away with the bottle opener.
We thought about the tap. We've been trying to think about the tap. To be able to open the.
Oh, you'd have to have a little fat bit on the end. That wouldn't work.
Yeah, that would make it expensive
That wouldn't work.
and ugly. So,
Okay.
but we could make it in 2 parts where they'd clip it on.
No.
No?
that's-
It's too hard?
No.
Okay, kill that idea.
Oh, what we could do.
That's his
Someone-
thinking look.
Someone send us a picture of what the screen removal tools look like. Because if the screen removal tool's got a hook in it, we could have that and then have the hex coming out the other side. No, it wouldn't fit. No,
Yeah.
it won't fit in those holes. In those little boxes, they're too small.
Well, the screen removal tool could be narrower because it's carbon fibre. So, but only wider because they're plastic, probably.
This is true.
Right. This is good thinking. Like, I'm not even reading whether you guys agree or not.
Absolutely.
But let's make a tool. Let's make it the multi-tool, right, for window cleaners.
Yeah, it's a
Out of
bottle
carbon
opener and
fibre.
a screen remover.
Yeah.
So it heats you
Can you
up
read
and
that?
cools you down. PoisonShankBrothers.com. PrisonShankBrothers.com.
Yeah.
Paint can opener.
A paint can opener, which is
Oh,
like basically a
screwdriver.
screwdriver with a bend on
A
it.
screwdriver.
Yeah, but no, you can get one with. I think you can get one with a little
Yeah.
hook on it. So
Yeah.
we should base it on that. All right. Anybody who gives a design function that we use, we'll throw.
I
we'll
agree.
definitely give you one for free, and we'll.
That's a great idea, Kyle. He's been using customers as screen removers.
Oh, that's great.
The
Yes.
problem is, Kyle, they don't give you the bottle opener.
Hmm.
You have to provide them with a beer to say thank you.
Great.
If you're onto it, actually, you could get them to get you a dozen beer for saving them some money by them taking the screens off.
Yeah, that's it. So let's think about that. We need to write that down that we don't forget it, because it's one of those days. But screen removal tool, or no, the window, don't write on me. The window cleaners tool, right? Carbon fiber, like go into
tool time. Tool time.
to tool talk. Let's go into the forums and ask what, if you had a multi-tool, what would it look like? You don't have to say it's from me, right? But if we go into the different forums and...
Oh, don't mention our names. You'll get banned from some of them.
From some of them. But the idea of just asking, like, what if there was a multi-tool, what would you have on a multi-tool? And then like, bring that back in the air, and then let's have a go at making something which will be amazing. We're looking for something to push out for June, July, like through winter.
Handle could be a TDS meter.
Yeah, that's getting harder. That's getting harder.
Difficult.
Yeah, I've got the TDS meter's going to get built in. I've got the DI system. I've got design in my head. So that won't take very long at all for us to get that one across the line. What else does that say?
It's a sunny day. It is a sunny day.
Excellent idea.
It's actually raining outside today, guys. It's still high.
Can
iPhone repairman was there.
Yeah, can you ring Harrison, just let him know that the iPhone repairman is reaching out to him, and he should reach out to the iPhone repairman. So Harrison smashed his screen yesterday on his iPhone, so we've hooked up with this same guy who replaced Johnny's screen, 400 RMB, like $55, and the guy turns up and changes the screen. Half an hour later, boom, you're away and ready to rock and roll. So that's pretty good, don't you reckon? Oh, I gotta put my glasses on, my gosh. Water key is a great idea, that's what I think.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking for the other end, but I prefer the screen opener idea myself.
No, the screen opener at one end.
And a bottle opener at the other.
Well, we can put the bottle opener but all of them, right? So we want a screen opener, bottle must have a bottle opener. Screen opener, bottle opener, and the water key. I think I can build the water key into it. I think what we'll do is actually make it in two parts, so that if the water key was, let's say the water key is here, and then we'd put two little hooks on it with little lugs there, and then in the knife. Where's that knife, Johnny?
It's over here.
Throw it. Don't scratch your balls with it.
Oh, someone cooked you breakfast this
morning. Yeah. Come on. Knife.
There is a Chinese boy downstairs and
your phone. Well, no, you should call out to him on WeChat.
Oh, call out to him on... Yeah, he did.
So we'd basically put a little hook in here, and then it would click on, right? So it's in two parts. One, because otherwise the mold for this would get too complex. So it would just be sprung, and then you go click, and then it would fit. Yeah. So make it in two parts, and then deliver it as one. Damn, that's a good idea, isn't it? This guy, like Johnny, he's hardly ever cleaned a window, you know. But he's been with me, like he started with me in 2011, so he's just watched everything happen. So that's lucky, eh? Lucky I never got him cleaning windows. If I'd got him cleaning windows, he'd never have come back because there's so much money in cleaning windows. Anyway, he's off the phone now, so.
Yeah, you can stop talking about it.
You know it. All right, so what else? TJ's here. What else you want? Oh, hang on. Can you read what James has written? Why can't I?
Where is he? James has said, how about a spline remover?
TJ, we're talking about a multi-tool. Like what kind of multi-tool? Carbon fiber multi-tool. We've got a bottle opener at one end. We're going to put a screen opener, like
spline roller and screen remover.
And we're going to put a water tap fitting, right? So the water tap will fit on there. I can't believe how blurry my eyes are. This is ridiculous. Like...
I told you those so-called brain pills don't work. They blur your vision.
It's not that which blurs the vision, my mum told me.
Yeah, well, too much of that can blur your vision.
Yeah, here we go. All right. There we go. Let David... How long ago that is? I think that's running behind.
I think that's a week ago.
Yeah. Richard Woodlock. Eric's here! Rich... Oh, no, it's running in real time on the comments. So how do we get these comments to look bigger?
Put your glasses on.
Spline roller for repairing screens. So what's a spline roller? Richard, you can send me a spline roller. Eric, what we're talking about, you read those. What we're talking about is a tool, a carbon fiber tool, because I was going to put hexes in here, right, for being able to open something. We are going to put a bottle opener at one end, but
Email us a picture of those, James.
We're also looking at putting a key lock in there, right? And then at the other end, we can look at, you know, what Herman did or what the American guys are doing for as far as removing screens. Yeah, so we can put a screen remover tool. Like if it's carbon fiber, it's going to be crazy light, crazy comfortable, yeah, and crazy strong. And what more do you want? So we can think, like, we've got a lot of surfaces there that, like, you can skin a cat with this, right? If you
Skin a pussy.
if you like that. And then pardon me. So there's all sorts of functions that we could use the outside edge for, and the inside. So let's do it. Let's get some ideas together, crank it through, and let's see if we can make a tool. That's what we want. What did you write?
I said, email me the photos of your ideas.
Oh, great. Perry at Reacher. Oh, has he set up Perry at Reacher Polls like that yet?
I put that in for me.
Oh, John
I
at
don't
Reacher
know if
Polls.
you're in-
No, that's right.
But
Good.
you're like 15,000 emails behind. So
I
if
am
they send them to me,
9,300
then I can
emails
show
behind
them to
right
you.
now, so don't use email. If you want to catch Perry Tate, you catch him on Messenger. Like this is 2017, right? 2017. We use the modern forms of communication.
The pigeon.
So what else there was something else. Oh, the art of war. I have the art of war here. Every day I have the art of war talk. What's Carl said?
Spline roller pushes the spline into the screen track. I
Oh,
use them
yeah.
almost every job. That's
Yeah.
changed step.
Yeah.
Richard Whitlock said it resets the rubber and holds the screen mesh in the frame. Yeah, Kyle Bowes, he's got more polar bears than cats to skin.
Right.
What are you reading?
I'm reading my
You're trying
art
to
of
be more
war.
intelligent again today.
Yeah, I am. This is from chapter 2, Doing Battle in the Art of War. The Fate Star controls the time of death. Thus, knowledge of the military gives the general power over life, power to preserve or destroy the state. To meet such responsibilities, one's mind must be as vast as heaven and earth. Commander-in-Chief talk, this is.
My mind's quite fast.
So Sun Tzu says, this is that was the interpretation. The general who knows the military is the people's fate star, the ruler of the state's security and danger. Right? So that's what it's saying is basically, you know, Donald Trump right now as commander-in-chief, he has to have such a massive, or whoever's holding that office has to have such a massive global responsibility awareness that he is actually controlling, because he actually holds the power of the button over life and the power to preserve and the power to destroy. So his mind can't be narrow or small or whatever, but it says to meet such responsibilities, one's mind must be as vast as heaven and earth. Yes. So I don't think there's a window cleaning equivalent of the Fate Star. Like, I don't think there is.
No, that was a stupid idea to read today.
But I said
wasn't
randomly,
it?
I'm not gonna cheat on it. I pull a card and I talk about it. But it does, you can understand the responsibilities of commander-in-chief, and then trying to, run global security, realize that there are other people who may want to cause us problems. You saw what happened in London, that horrific nightmare stuff, right? They need to round these people up.
Just put a bullet.
I was saying yesterday over
Quite
beer,
easy.
when World War II, like New Zealand and Australia have got a great friendship with Japan, just like
Those
America has.
glasses are quite cool.
Just as America has. These are amazing. Like, they fold up like that, they fit in real nice, and then you can click them out and boom, they're on.
Like Grandma
Wow.
used to have.
Yeah.
Oh, he cussed! I got him! He cussed!
I
I
said
got
it
him!
softly, I didn't say it out
He
loud.
said that word that we like to do.
So
Dean Miller says hello.
hey Dean, good to see you, buddy. Stephen Story. So I was saying yesterday, like, we're great allies with the Japanese now, but actually during World War II, like when we declared war with on Japan,
Everybody.
because the declaring war on Japan actually happened later.
Yeah.
So, but when we declared war on Japan, Australia rounded up all the Japanese and put them into camps. And right or wrong,
I thought that's when they rounded up all the sheep.
that's another story. but the principle of rounding up people is not that we're trying to take away their rights. What we're trying to do is defend ours, right? Is that we wouldn't have, at that point, you think in the 1940s, we would not know who is an asset of Japan or an asset of Australia. So the safest thing to do is just round everybody up and put them in camps. We didn't kill them or anything like that, but we just took them out of society so they couldn't be a threat to society, And I think that it's always interesting, like Australia and New Zealand, like, you guys wouldn't necessarily understand how we do border control, but Australia has the best border control in the world, probably. If there's a boat of people coming to Australia, right, just wandering along the sea, and they get within 100 feet of Australian soil, and our Coast Guard can come along, they'll hook up a rope to them,
tow them back.
and tow them back. They'll take their names and numbers, and they'll write them down, and they will never ever be allowed into Australia again. We do not let them land on Australian soil. They have no rights. We drag them off to another country. We've got compounds in other countries where they can be assessed, right? But if they jump the queue, if they try and get in illegally, they get blacklisted forever for the rest of their lives.
And there's lots of people out there that go, oh, that's naughty, that's bad, that's wrong. But hey, wake up, smell some roses. What the hell do you think's causing all the problems in America and in the UK at the moment?
But that's not
they
the point.
Let them flood in like...
No, don't go there. That's not the issue, because all of our countries are immigrant countries.
Yes.
Like New Zealand is made of immigrants.
Yes.
Australia is made of immigrants.
Yes.
We are immigrants here.
Progress
comes from immigration.
New Zealanders paid their way to New Zealand.
No, but you can't. What we're talking about is illegal immigrants, right? People who are jumping the queue and trying to get in and not follow process and then avoid taxes because they're not registered and operate on the bottom end of society, as compared to the logic of using immigrants. Like if you know, what's that, the HB1 or something like that, like America's greatness is because of immigration. America was the first country that actually harnessed how to take the smartest people from around the world and put them into Palo Alto.
Michael Galore must be here.
They put them into Palo Alto. Michael's there. I saw him.
Gary Gaiman's
here. Gary? Gary?
Hang on, you gotta put your glasses on.
It's Gary. I found out from Jason yesterday that you got your replacement sections. That's fantastic.
HB1's a visa.
Thank you for saying thank you. Yeah, the HB1 visa. That visa is the most smartest thing that's happened in this century, right? Because that visa enabled people to come together, right, from all over the world, the smartest people of the world, pop them into California, right, and then let them do their best, right? So immigration is fantastic, done properly.
Yes.
And immigration is a disaster out of control.
Jorge,
my buddy.
Just for you, George. Just for you, buddy.
If Indira rang you, this is our work yesterday.
Oh my God, George, we saved you some. They didn't want to, but I made them save you some.
We nearly managed to finish it off. But we didn't share it with anybody, buddy. Like me, John, Harry, we didn't have our business socks on, but we were rocking around. What did
if we had our
Steve say?
Business socks on. Great point. George, cheers.
Cheers, buddy. Oh, smooth first puff of the day. That was hard work. George, I've switched to a vape. Well, not quite. But,
that wasn't a vape. That was a...
nearly a choke. So yeah, there's lots of things. Like the HB1 is the most amazing thing. Do you realize, like I say when I go to give my presentation around America, at the end of it I talk about business owners sharing the wealth with the window cleaning workers that become more efficient. And I try and point out that America has, like, everything which is running the world right now that gives us our quality of life came from North American, not necessarily seeded, not necessarily seeded in North America, because you got the what do you call it, HB1? Yeah, you got the HB1, which means that the American citizenship is granted to the smartest people in the world.
A water-fed pole that vapes at the same time. Yeah, imagine that, the vape coming out the top of your pole when you're cleaning.
Yes. But everything, the internet, the mass-produced motor vehicle, electricity, electric this, the smartphones.
The other thing.
What?
This, that, and the other thing.
This, that, and the other thing. Like the vast majority of it came from North American males of which are operating in a part of North America or whatever. Like, coming back to philosophers. No, but there's a whole, it's wrong to say it, but it's true. So then how can it be wrong to say it? So I can say it from outside of America because we didn't grow up with the race issues that America's sort of had to deal with. So, but we can observe from outside, and you guys can go, okay, that's pretty amazing.
They're good at running races
because it's so easy to undervalue what you are, right? That's the thing about.
What's the mold end of the screen tool?
Huh?
Mold on the end of the screen too.
Mold on the end of the
screen. Oh, modification on the screen.
Oh. Are we going back to that?
Those pills are kicking in well with you, aren't they? Oh, damn.
I can't even read that. Maybe you didn't even read it properly. Oh my,
my
God.
God.
Come on, Johnny.
Show them the ceiling.
There we go. So you know, like America was built on competition, guns.
Mod's what you call a vape.
Oh, I see. I just found out yesterday these are illegal in Australia. They're running in the black market only.
Yeah, New Zealand was the same
Why
for a
did
while.
they do that? Just to protect the tobacco industry?
Oh, because you get idiots in the industry that want to put other things into them.
Oh, they want to use them
That's the
for
problem.
weed,
Yeah,
right?
that's the problem. In Australia and New Zealand, of course, they will all do that thinking they are heroes.
There ain't no weed in this one. This is 3% nicotine. Yeah. Because you see, here's the thing. Like, when you get as old as I am,
He's getting old.
then you just
why he's got those grandma
sometimes
glasses.
you need to adjust the balance of things a little bit. Because who wants to get old and slow, right? You got to go boom to the end, right? That's so,
Slow.
there ain't many people can keep up with me, is there, Johnny?
Jason Hatch could.
Jason Hatch is a pretty cool dude. Man, I went to visit him. It was minus 30. Minus 30 with wind chill.
Did you go swimming?
I was scared to take a pee. It's like, that's my first time, Jason. That's my first time I've ever been that cold. Bang.
Yeah, they
Maybe the
tell me
last.
It just turns into an icicle.
We want to go up here. We want to go up to Harbin. Like, Harbin is kind of
we
like...
go to the ice festival.
Go to the ice festival. But, you know, we just... Every year we say we're going to go to the ice festival, and every year we've got too much on, right?
You need to have a lot on to go
What
up
did you
there. It's
say?
bloody cold. The vape juice is called the one who knocks.
Ah, and do they knock? Yes.
They come a knocking.
So I'm running. I don't like the sweet ones. Like I've only got the ones from America, like the guy that we buy from imports from America. But a lot of them are sweet. But I like the ones which are kind of like, you know, sort of more savory. You know, this one's mango and mint or whatever like that. What does Jorge say?
Wish you could post pictures here. Cold in Des Moines, reach it.
Yeah, we could do.
Yes.
There's a few
Ruben's
things.
just joined us. He hasn't joined before.
Hey, Robin.
Stephen Story.
It looks like Ruben. It is Ruben. Oh, see, my eyes are gone, man. So yeah, there's a few things like we've got the capacity now. Like we've got a 11,000 square foot factory. So we're going to look at how do we bring some other products in, and we want to get into the more carbon fiber things, but. Like the first thing to do is to service those who have given us the ability to have the extra capacity. So like I'll never take my eyes off the professional window cleaner
Demoing.
as we start looking sideways into other things. And we want to get into gutter cleaning. We've already got the gutter cleaning pole molds made. So who's testing those?
Didn't you send them to Peter Thomas?
I think I sent them to Peter Thomas again.
Australia.
Right. So Peter Thomas is testing those. I saw that on Facebook the other day. And then we want to look at other things that we can make from carbon fiber. We're going to make a wasp pack, the wasp pack thing. Like I'll tell you the story sitting behind that one, right? So he just won an innovation award in Chicago, right, for the wasp pack. But I found that very same backpack with the sticker still. STIHL.
Oh, yeah.
That very same. So where he's put the wasp pack sticker actually is over the top of where was the still sticker. So that kind of, and then they've had them, if you go and look for the, hedge trimmers and stuff like that, they're out there. So we're going to have a look at that, and we're buying all of the different ones that are available. There's about 5 of them. So I've given my purchasing guide the instruction to buy all of them, and then we'll bring them in-house, and then we'll make some videos together, and we'll talk with you guys about how we would mod them, how comfortable they are, how adjustable they are, and we're gonna get into that business. They look ridiculous, but that's one of the things. Like that's one of the things. We're going to try and make them look less ridiculous. I can do that. I can make them look cool.
You haven't succeeded so far.
I haven't tried. Hey,
You look
that's somebody
ridiculous.
else's. That's somebody
You look
else's one.
ridiculous.
You just watch it, buddy. Who's got the knife, right?
Who's got the
Pardon me.
iPad? I could drop it. Constructor brush drones.
That may come. I think. Choke myself. Constructor brush Jones may come, but
The wash pack, Rick, is it's a harness that you have on your back with a Funny
puts a
looking
stick up the back, and then
stick over here.
it's got
you
a sprung reel, and
So
it carries the
hold-
weight of
hold.
a pole if you're going to work at 4 stories and higher.
4, 5,
That's
6,
brilliant.
7.
But I mean,
Oh, we
they
could
made
get-
them for hedge trimmers.
We
Actually,
could get Mark
so
Race to trial one.
still made it first.
Mark Race would be the best guy to
Just
trial
watched
one.
us going like that in delay. So, hey, Liz Ryan's here from New Zealand. Wow, that's pretty cool.
It is. It is. Pretty cold down there at the moment.
It is. He's in Timaru, you know. He's in my hometown.
Oh God.
Yeah.
They'd be happy you had gone.
There's a bit of history in my family in Timaru, right? Yeah, so the Wasp Pack, we're going to have a go at that. We're looking at anything you want us to make as tools. Like, we're going to run Reach It Prototype. We just got to get the Reach It Academy sorted. We're trying to cut a deal with Manny so that we can put, things out of his store into our store for now, and then we're going to a couple of other things we're going to buy direct, and put into our store, just so to make
Lucky
it
for some, Jason.
more
We just
valuable,
started.
more valuable to sort of head into our store more regularly, like that. So
Jason's trying to commit some comedy there, saying he just finished working.
working on what?
Did you start?
Jason's a hard worker, Jason has got a fantastic story. Like, one day, when I get the big screen, Jason, we'll be able to dial into people. We don't want to dial in, like, everybody's dialing into the celebrities, right? And saying, like, I want to interview a celebrity. Like, we want to interview you guys. Like, I want to interview Jason Hatch. Like, because, like, Jason's story, actually, from when he started as a window cleaner, he was a window cleaner, like an operator, and then he became a crew manager, and then he got the opportunity to buy into a Window Genie franchise, and now he's like, and then I think your wife came on board. Then you introduced Waterfed. Like, Jason from Window Genie follows Reach It. Nicholas Brand from Men in Kilts is our number one. Bob Kavanaugh down in Texas in America. Nicholas
Stephen
up in yeah, but these guys, like, Nicholas has got like 12, 13 of our polls, right? And he religiously follows and implements what we're teaching. And that's what I'm trying to do when I talked about Chad Hallam's one the other day. Chad Hallam's boss watched our videos. He's never used a water-fed pole before.
And his friend, by the way.
And his old mate friend watched our videos and took the 16-inch constructor brush on a Reach It pole out to clean a job that has on the books that it's 12 hours work. 3 men, 4 hours. Right? It has that on the books. It's a regular job of theirs. And they said that we're going to take it out. 2 old men took it out, and 2 old men did it in an hour and a half. Boom. 4 times faster. First time, like, trained by video.
So it was taking 3 guys 4 hours, so that's 12 hours, and these 2 old boys did it in
hour and a half.
3 hours.
Hour 3 hours total. 3
so
man hours.
saved 9 hours.
And here's the point, like, if I can bust the bias out there, and I need you to help me, bro, because it's just, like, if I say it, it's just bullshit, right? Because I'm the salesman and I thought of it, and, so of course I'm going to say something, right? But if you say it, it's true. So that's what we need. We need those testimonials out there. And then the secret is, if you do this, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. If you pick up a constructor brush and you use it like a tucker brush, you'll get the result of a tucker brush.
Exactly.
Like, it's like, duh. But if you look at the constructor brush, and like now when we talk about the constructor brush, how to use it, I got to tell you, I didn't think of that. You thought of it. Matt Adwell gave me this. Louis Reyes gave me that. Like, my job is to
put all the ideas together.
Concatenate all the ideas, right? There's an English word for it. New word for you. Concatenate.
Concatenation.
Yeah, you can concatenate. Like,
Concatenations.
you can join 2 fields and 2 columns in a spreadsheet and make them 1 column like that. The data. So what did Richard say?
He said, what about a carbon fibre hip flask for the end of the day scotch? Always someone wanting to drink.
That's just...
No. You're supposed to start off the day with your scotch, not finish.
Start the day on scotch, so you're in a happy mood. You go, today's your lucky day, right? And they go, why? Because I'm Richard, the amazing window cleaner.
And I'm going to clean your windows today.
That's it.
Consolidate.
So here's the challenge, and we've got Reach It Recruit running with Augie and the young guy. Like,
Augie,
what's
this
his
young
name?
guy...
Joey or
something? Or Jason or...
No, anyways, we're going to do
I'll
Jay.
tell you, just one moment, caller.
So we've got a young guy.
Michael Stewart, how are we?
Good to see you, my friend. So we've got this young guy coming in. He's going to be the first Reach It Recruit. We're going to subsidize his equipment, and we're putting him on a competition that he has to get a fully validated highest hourly rate in his first 30 days, validated by a customer, and the customer validated by
Jacob is his name.
Jacob, like young guy Jacob, and the customer has to be validated by a mentor. So we've got like all sorts of ways of it not being his auntie or his grandma saying, "Oh, he's such a good boy. He just earned $400 an hour." We're gonna stop that shit right there, right here, right now. There's not gonna be any fake things, but I will put in store a value for him equal to his highest hourly rate, right? And then we own the story. So then what we're going to do in the next 30 days, we're going to put you guys in a position where you can't argue with what I'm saying. And it's not you guys, because the guys watching us right now are probably already across the line. But when the word goes out, right, the momentum, the stories, like what Chad Helms just sent us, like, you know, we'll interview people like that on TV and
Jason,
say, hey,
that should be a great one to take on a newbie. Jason could take on a newbie.
Yeah, like Jason, like we got some. If you're looking to hire Jason, because what we want to do, Jason, is gamify this thing. We want to bust open the bias that it's hard to hire people. But you know what? Why it's hard to hire people? Because we hire wrong. Like we're hiring the old way. Like we're making people workers and saying nobody wants to work. Well, what if you made it fun? What if you designed it as a career? I mean, there are companies that are doing it. The franchise groups have got most of it sorted, right? But I want to say, what can I add to that, right?
What's happened is the guy that's starting this with us, Augie, has gone and bought the exact same package of equipment. He's paid for it, mind you. Augie's bought it for this young fella to start cleaning with. We've given him $200 off the equipment as our throw-in for him to help.
Yep.
And this young fella is going to work with the equipment for 30 days. And we're going to see what his hourly rate was at the beginning to his hourly rate in 30 days' time. And whatever it is over $200, we're going to throw back in as well.
Yep. So that's a way of gamifying it, making him hunt that faster hourly rate, making him have great responsibility in front of the customer, make him persuade the customer that he's doing them a favor by working so fast for so much money, so that we get the customer saying, wow, what an amazing service. I thought I was going to have to wait around all day watching a little young window cleaner, you know, cute as he might be, right? But watch him, you know, run around and he's in and out and gone. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Right, and she's happy to pay the money, and it's big money.
They don't
and
like wham bam, thank you, ma'am. They like you to take a little longer.
What, use? Did you say use? Take a little longer?
I said...
Are you remembering your sheep days?
I'm not Australian.
So we're going to, you know, play the game, and then once we start getting that kind of proof...
It's a global problem, Stephen. It is a global problem.
What?
Finding reliable workers, good workers.
But we've got to, the world has changed. There are people going and getting jobs. The thing is that we're not changing how to hire. We're not changing how to offer. We're not changing how to structure.
Or their
so
incentives.
we're going the old way and getting the old result, right? And they're going off and finding other jobs that have got fun in it, that's got more money in it, that's got it's got some challenge. Like they need to self-actualize, right? If you look up Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? We need to self-actualize. You need to see a future, right? So we need to change the way we do it.
But also, if you had guys out there that you thought were earning you $80 and $100 an hour, and then you can get them out there and using Constructor Brush with Hydroblade and learning, as those two old boys did, who had no experience at all. But if you got newbies out there working and they went from $100 an hour to $200 and $300 an hour, incentivize them by giving them a percentage of it.
Of the over.
So if you
need
say to them,
$1,000 per truck per day, share the balance.
Exactly.
Right? Let the guys hunt it down. But you can't offer over $1,000 a day if you haven't got something that'll bring in over $1,000 a day. So that's where Reach It comes into play.
Yeah.
Right? We have spent the last 3 years working out how to make you more efficient. And I know Canon's made you less efficient by the fact that you had to repair and replace.
Agree with you, Les, and with Stephen.
But on the other side, right, we needed to go through that phase, and I hated it, and it hurt us a lot, and we lost a lot of sales, and we lost a lot of respect, and for the people, you know, obviously who wanted something better, but we didn't let go. There'll be no stragglers left behind. Everybody will be able to bring whatever Constructor Brush they had. They'll be able to bring it up to the latest design. Everything Reach It has always been that way: retrospective repair rather than here's a new model, you need to buy it in order to benefit from the advance, right? But when you say nobody wants to work, I'll tell you what, the gymnasiums are full. They're full of disciplined, driven controlled human beings who are seeking a result. They're working at their bodies.
Kristen
Right.
S. Kristen S.
Chris.
Kristen S. is one that
He knows how to
proves-
hire.
He knows how to hire, and he proves the point.
He's
day in,
expanding
day
his
out.
business. We're not telling anything, but he's expanding his
He's
business.
doing very, very well. He's bought a lot of equipment off us in the last few months,
He's doing good.
and he's
Last
putting
few
up some
weeks.
awesome photos.
Yes,
awesome
we
photos
love
too,
the
by
photos,
way.
Chris. Bring those photos on. Jason's not so good at photos. What do you say?
He said mini hydros in the centre jets for the centre jets, please. What we've had,
What's a mini
Jason.
hydro?
Jason, you may
Ah,
have
yeah,
missed.
yeah,
Shane Ward actually posted photos of his constructor brush, and he got his second hydro blade, and he cut it in half, and he put half in each end cap, and he's running hydro blades in his end caps.
So he's testing that now.
So he innovated himself to do that.
Yeah. So we're going to have a look at that. We're going to follow that. I mean, basically, if you watch the history of Reach It, we have a lot of interaction with the customers. Hey, Jason, good to see you here. So we have a lot of interaction with the customers. Some of the guys come up with an amazing idea. We then let it run a little bit viral, see if other guys pick it up, and then we try and take a consensus. Now, the consensus is often driven by just the opinion of 10 guys, but at least there's Eric in New Zealand, Les in New Zealand, Peter in Australia, you, Chris in Canada. Nicholas Brand is also involved at the back end of us. There's loads of people, and then Shane Ward, Craig Hardman, Nick Sanders. There's a bunch of guys that are behind the scenes. Chris Dorber grinding away at how to change this product, which ultimately ends up with Reach It being a better product, right? But it's not becoming a better product. All I'm doing is concatenating and choosing the timing.
Les Ryan, 65-year-old guy, used the Hydroblade for the first time, and he was 30% quicker. But
Read it from there.
the best thing was that there wasn't any windows with runs or spotting over 200 windows. Boom!
Boom! That's how it goes. That's why, by the way, Harrison is going to convert all of these to Reach It Radio. We have an iTunes channel.
Who's Laurel and who's Hardy? Well, that's up to you guys to decide.
Depends who took the pill.
Well, exactly.
Yes, then I'm Hardy.
Instead of being the
I'm getting to that age. It's
floppy
like,
fibre
oh my
pole.
God. It's
The
just
floppy
like, it's
fibre
not
pole.
acceptable. It's not okay, but it's...
Who's running traditional?
I am getting into traditional tools as well, by the way. Who's that?
Charles Daniels, another new one coming.
Hey, Charles, welcome to Madness.
Yes,
Yes.
welcome to the Madness Show.
That's it. So we keep it lively. You can use it as a podcast. You don't have to watch us because there's just two old guys sitting there. But
Talking crap.
we talk a bit of politics, a little bit of religion, a little bit of philosophy, a lot of window cleaning, and we're looking for innovation, a lot of rubbish, right? But we're just like here, we say shoot the breeze, right? I don't know if that...
Shoot the
We
breeze.
also say talk shit, but you guys would say talk crap, right? So crap is a more acceptable word than shit, but they're the same
We'll
word.
do, Jason.
Flipped
We'll
across
do.
our cultures, right? We've got to draw these little parody lines so you don't feel that we're cussing when we're not in our culture.
High
and
volume
then-
of
and then
residential
clean
work
us up,
that
teach us
Richard
how to talk American.
We'll
right?
make a cakewalk with it. For sure, Stephen, for sure. It'll be a cakewalk, all right. Your boys will be eating cake, and you'll be wondering why they're sitting down eating cake. You think they had to finish the job, but they'll already be finished.
Well, that's what we're going to do. We've got a new photographer, videographer coming on staff, but one of the things we're going to run as a competition is a photo competition that says, what do you do with your efficiency? Like, we're getting some fantastic photos of the poles being in use, but you think about it. If you're a Jehovah's Witness, you're going to want to spend more time witnessing, right? If you're if you've got like 9 kids like Louis Riez, like you're going to want to spend more time with your kids. Or Louis, because you've got 9 kids, you're going to spend more time
I'm
working.
away from the family.
No, more time. No, because he's like the Latino Spanish sort of like they run family real good, much better than us.
Oh, exactly.
So, but he might want to spend more time working so he can feed those little mouths, right? So, and then there's people who want to go on holidays, people who want to have a flash car, people who want a second house, people who want to save for their retirement, people want to pay for education. Like, all that comes from efficiency. And that's, you'll hear me say it every time, but that's what pisses me off about the starter pole, fiberglass pole, hybrid pole, pushing of those into the marketplace, ripping guys off, right, with low margin. There's nothing in it for anybody except it just teaches a guy how to be inefficient, and then you got to wait for him to sort of the penny to drop that he's been jagged by buying a crap product, right?
Exactly.
And he should have just
Lobby
been told,
bowl.
look, I'm not going to sell you nothing, right? Nothing until you save. So go beg, borrow, don't steal. But go and get some extra money. PayPal credit, grandma, dad, auntie, uncle, friends,
Wife.
right? Put together a little
Credit
syndicate pool together and say, look, get 5 friends to throw in $200 each and pay them back $250 each in 6 months' time. Whatever you have to do, but buy a tool that gives you efficiency, because the thing's going to pay for itself. Like 1 week on the job and the thing's worked twice as fast as any other system, right? Bam!
Paul-
That's how you make money.
Paul-
We're going to encourage people to do this kind of stuff.
Paul Rawson in New Zealand, he had his poll. He went out and did 2 jobs. He got $700 off one job, $350 off the other job out of 2 jobs. And his equipment only cost him $1,500.
And he was making $300 an hour. It's not like 2 jobs that took 3 days, right? It was 2 jobs like in a day. And he's paid for the system, like, and that's the whole thing. Is like, don't
Sure, Rick,
get on
sure.
all the forums and tell them, like,
Sure,
do
Rick,
not
ask the
buy cheap.
question. Ask the question, Rick.
What's the question?
His question is their opinion about a job bidding question.
Sure, but
Work
I mean,
smarter, not harder. Yep.
yeah. But if you sometimes it's smarter to work harder, right? If you watch Reach It is blood, sweat, and tears. And it's smarter to work harder for that period of time. Like, we're 6 years in, now we're like a global company.
So you're going to say we're 60 years old?
Fucking damn close. It's getting there. I'm catching up to it, right? But you know, but if I'd have not worked harder, there was no smarter way than working harder. I just busted my, well, we say busted my balls, right? It's got a different meaning in America. But we worked, like, I just did everything that needed to be done, and I still do. Because until you have your business and you have all your department heads in place that are carrying with a level of responsibility and accountability, until you have that in your business, right, it's vulnerable, right? So you got to work your business. So you've got to say, this is it, and this is what we're striving for. And then when you get there, you get that stability and you get that ability to draw an income without having to work at it. So you've created your own annuity income from the business that you own, and you own the capital value of that business as well. So, you know, sometimes it is definitely smarter to work harder. But in that hard work, don't work harder than what you need to work, you know? So I get what you mean. You got to use Reach It. That's what you got to do. You got to use Reach It when you're working harder.
Exactly. Reach for those.
And never
higher
stop
hourly
learning.
rates.
Podcasts, right? You guys have got the best job in the world because you can actually listen to education while you're working. What do you say?
Stephen's story. I am going to repeat it. Sweating like a whore in church to get this business going.
That's what it is. But see, most people don't, unless you've traveled all over the world, you realize that all these different cultures, like, we have a cussing culture.
See,
Like-
Les Ryan can
like-
now do
like-
a day's turnover in a morning.
There you go. Like, there's a lot of us, like, not every Kiwi swears like we do, but
Work hard, play
we
harder.
say swears, you say cuss, right?
Work hard, play harder.
Yeah.
Sure do, Charles.
Like, I'm writing a book, you know, right now. I haven't really written very much of it, but I'm thinking it through. But
You're
it's called
thinking
Block
of
and Flow. You know, get more done, have more fun, right? That's the line.
We did that yesterday.
We did. But sometimes, like, you know, anyway, you just got to do what you got to do, and and don't let anybody talk you out of it, because you're the one who knows, right?
Exactly.
The business is in your blood, your brain. Nobody knows better than you. Yes.
Just having a gander here.
Have a gander. Rick's written.
10,000 square foot house, single story, 434 pieces of glass, several panes stacked up to 12 inches high. 12 foot high. Previous window cleaner took 2 days. I bid 2,170 for inside, outside, and screens.
That's $5 a pane, right? 436.
Yeah, $5.
$5 a pane. I mean, that's like, for the last 10 years, $5 a
But
pane.
that's inside and out.
Yeah, 5 is right. 5 is right. I mean, there are guys like in Maryland and stuff like that. They can get 10. You know, I know Tim Fields charges 10. I mean, you know, there are boys that get more, but, you know, across the board, 5 is. In the old days, like when I was doing window cleaning, $5 a pane was about between $60 and $80 an hour. But now,
Art's here.
Art!
That was an awesome photo, buddy.
Unbelievable.
Awesome
Can
photo.
we use that photo? I already reposted it. I saw you like the repost. Like, Flow is the go. Man, that thing's pumping out some water. We haven't really talked about it yet because we're just waiting until the first lot are all stable out there. But actually, I built it. And in fact, I got my first phone call yesterday.
Surf Diego is a high high cost of living area.
Right. So if it's a high cost of living, you can charge more.
Charge them $7
Right.
a paint.
But
They can only say no, and you can only go down, but you can't go up.
you can't go up, that's for sure. But anyway, you get 2,100 and you can do that. Like, the question is, can you do that in 8 hours? You know, like, if you can do that in 8 hours, that's not a bad day's work,
They
right?
said the last guy took 2 days.
Right, and you can do it in a day, you're going to make great money. And here's the thing, what I did. I always added on, I looked for things that are not in my quote. I always had an offsider, or my drivers had an offsider. They were the vehicle drivers. And the job in my business was, say, look for anything that's dirty that you can charge $50 to $100 for as an add-on, and then your job is to upsell enough money to pay for your offsider, so that you, the real window cleaner, is getting the profit share on the actual bidded job, right? So if you've got a $2,100 job and you're going to bring an offsider you're going to pay $150 for a long day for, then you've got to work out how you're going to add, you know, I'll clean the gables, you know, the cobwebs out of the gables, or I'll just scrub along the gutter, even the one just facing the road, so that when it's just a shame, it would be a shame for all your friends to come over and your windows are all sparkling clean, but it just doesn't quite look so beautiful.
So there you go. Stephen Story's getting $10 a window inside and out in
There you
Illinois.
go. In Illinois.
And
But they
Rick's-
may be storms, by the way, because our windows were just single panes of glass, you know
Rick's
what I mean?
in San Diego.
Oh, well, they're not going to be storms.
No, Rick's in San
Right,
Diego.
right. So there's a lot of variations to it, but you know, if you can upsell, you know, 100, you know, you look for $50 to $100 every job, and you know, in the, I don't know if you have them, but we have little foyers, or what do you call it? The
Peter Thomas
outside-
reckons we're mucking remarkable.
that's a-
he's
he'd be on
had
the
some of that
booze.
Forex.
He's got a. I think it's you've got a spa, haven't you, Peter? And you kind of write to us from the spa. Oh, I'm so glad you put bubbles in there when you send photos of yourself.
Yeah, bubble bath. Yeah, you need that in there. Goddamn.
We don't want to see any detail. What's Stephen's story talking about?
Single hung unit.
Right. Well, that's great. I mean, that is great money. Great money right
It's
there.
awesome money. Awesome money.
So here's the pitch. I want to encourage everybody that I'm the fastest window and cleaner in town, and that makes me the best. Like, sometimes I even charge more
There you go.
because of the value of the convenience.
Arts in Texas at $10 a window as well.
Wow. Well, there you go, man. Wow.
And the thing is, guys,
Wow.
if you go, I had a customer who called me and he'd gone and done a commercial job, and a commercial job that used to take him 4 days, he was in and out and done in a day and a half. The property manager come to him and said, look, you're getting done a lot quicker. You've got to revise things in how you're doing, what you're invoicing. And the guy said, yeah, I do. I need to put my costs up because I'm in and out a lot quicker, and your customers are not getting interfered. That I'm in and out. Your customers aren't in the way. I'm not in the way of your customers.
Can you say it properly? Just try again, one more time. I'm in and out.
I'm in and out like Jack Flash. I'm in, I'm done. Your customers aren't getting what's the word?
Inconvenience.
Inconvenience.
I know. There's
That's
too
the
many
word I'm
syllables
looking
for Johnny, that one.
But your customers aren't getting inconvenienced. In, out, done.
All right, back to reading.
$8 a window, 3 screens cleaning is about what I usually charge. $35 each for indoor ladder work, $20 for rescreens.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Big money.
So
Big money.
So Rick, so my $5 a paint must be ridiculously cheap to others. Well,
But
well,
it may be, but $2,000 for a day is not.
Yeah, if
right?
you're in
Like,
and out
don't
in a
underestimate
day-
that. $2,000 for a day's work is not. If you drive yourself to get in and out for a day, and then learn from that.
Yeah.
You know, like don't ever look down on what you're doing and say, how do I? Like I always say, like when we do marketing or whatever, and it's sales, like 0 is not a nice number, but it is a result. It's worth paying for. Whatever you do, if you run a campaign and you get 0, if you learn from that 0, like you're not going to enjoy 0, but it's a result.
Yeah.
Right. And Edison, was it Edison who invented the light bulb?
Yes.
Yeah, so he did, you know, people used to say, what the hell are you doing, like going over and over, you fail, you spend all this time doing stuff and nothing ever works, like how can you keep doing it? Like it took him like 1,001 times before he could invent the light bulb, then we bing and we had light.
Thank you, Art.
North
Thank
American
you.
Mail,
Art,
right?
sell your value. Trust me, the customer sees flow. They are like, wow, what kind of machine is that?
Yes,
That's
because
what
you
sets
know
you
my
apart
meaning.
from others.
Professional tools sell and enable you to charge more because the customer
Exactly.
gets in awe of you. Like when you start saying, see that's a miniaturized version of what's in a drive-through car wash. So they always charge you $1 extra for a spot-free rinse, right? So I had to buy that same equipment. That's what it looks like. But it's a miniaturized version because we don't wash cars. We just wash one window at a time, right? Dang, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Perceived
Art,
value is
that
what you
photo
work.
is so nice.
It's an awesome photo, Art. I should
Yeah.
find it and share it again.
It's on my wall.
Use the Aztec, Stephen.
Ah, dear. Who got ball sacked yesterday? You. Harrison ball sacked you. That's what I was going to talk about, yeah.
When?
He whacked you, right?
Oh,
You were crippled. Remember?
that hurt.
That was
Ah, that
funny
hurt.
as what?
That hurt. That,
That
hurt
was
like a
funny.
mother.
Harrison just whacked him on the leg, but, you know,
It hurt.
Johnny's a bit bigger than the average guy,
It
so...
hurt.
there's-
I was. I'm glad those girls at that table knew what had happened because, geez, it hurt.
He was crippled. He had, like, the pain right up there, right? That was hilarious.
Monster doesn't realise payback's a bitch.
Oh no! It was
The big
completely
hand always
no.
comes
He
back
did
to
not.
the
He didn't
12.
ball sack you on purpose. He just whacked you on the inside of the leg like a laugh. You
the
know,
big hand comes
slab
back to the
him.
12.
Right? He didn't do it on purpose. He didn't go whack like this straight at it. Right? But it was funny. Oh dear.
It was, it was. Look at that, we're getting lots of packages out today.
Ah, good.
Lots and lots
Oh,
going
yeah.
out.
Good. We got shipping is happening. We got all the new staff have been trained well. We got a fantastic crew. I'm going to introduce you to the crew one day. So one morning we'll go in, like they all start at 8 o'clock. We start this at 9 o'clock. So here we are.
Yeah,
we're back.
We're back.
Johnny just looked at the watch and said, "Oh my goodness! Like we've been talking for an hour and a bit, so it's probably time to go and do some work." What did Rick say?
Please let me know the video is good for showing my wife proper techniques as a first timer.
Yeah, she wants to go to. It's like KamaSutra.com.
Yeah, KamaSutra.com.
Yeah.
Would that work?
Yeah,
Would
possibly.
that work? First
But,
time using it. Okay, I will send you through some video links, Rick.
Yeah, like there's a playlist just on the Hydroblade which teaches everything about flow resistance.
Yeah, we sent the Reach It Kink out early, Richard. The Reach It Kink's on its way to you. We'll pack the rest of it today.
Yeah. Oh, Frozen video. Yeah,
Frozen
it's coming
video.
back. It's coming back. It's coming back.
Frozen. That's that kiddies movie, isn't it?
Yeah. So we
See you later, Kyle.
Kyle, we're out as well. We're out.
We're out of
Yeah,
here.
It's good.
We're out of here like a Brazilian.
All right. So
It's good night from him.
and it's good night
From me.
See you guys. See you tomorrow.
See you guys. Take care. Have a tequila.
Tequila.